What a night! What a night! What a journey! I just can't tell you how proud I am of our team, our staff. I mean, just incredible resolve, relentless pursuit to get back here and to try to find a way to win. Just awesome, man. I'm just happy to get a win in Arizona. I mean, I got my butt kicked in 1990, and obviously we came up short last night, so it's nice to finally win one in Arizona. Just really, really proud of our team. I'm so proud and happy for our seniors. Those guys got their 48th win tonight, and I mean, just an incredible group to work with every day. So proud of them. I mean, back-to-back ACC titles and CFPs and now national championship appearances. It's just it's a special moment. It's a special time to be a Tiger, but these guys have earned it. They've been working for a long time to be ready for these type of moments and opportunities, and they dominated the moment tonight. That's what it's about. They exhausted and dominated the moment that was in front of them, and just really, really proud of them. Offensively, really, it was just a great team effort. We made a few mistakes in the first half, but we really controlled the game from start to finish. I think that's the most yards they've given up all year. I think we had 470, and anytime we can have the type of balance that we had, a 200-plus run and pass, I mean, we're a hard team to handle. Especially when you got the best player in the country and Deshaun Watson making decisions out there for you. Just an unbelievable game. Artavis Scott became the leading receiver in the history of Clemson tonight. Wayne Gallman, C.J. Fuller, Ray, Dion, Mike Williams, they just Renfro. They all made big plays in critical times. So just really hats off to those guys. Our special teams, outside of the one kick return, was tremendous. A big difference in the game tonight. Was creating field position. We kept them backed up for most of the night. Teasdall was awesome. That's his best game of his career. And he had a 67-yard punt, which is the longest since 1940. Banks McFadden. It's unbelievable. We got buildings named after Banks McFadden, and that's a long time. But he really set the tempo from a coverage standpoint and field position standpoint, especially with the type of defense we were playing. So really proud of our punt team and Andy. And then, defensively, really indescribable. And we really played. They only had 7 first downs the entire game. That's the season low for them. They had 200-something yards. That's a credit to our staff and great preparation, guys buying in, extra film time, guys just getting their tails prepared to go play and then winning the matchups. We were dominant up front. We had 11 tackles for loss. We had several sacks. Carlos Watkins, Cleveland, Furl, those guys were awesome. And outside of a couple of plays, we had a couple of really boneheaded plays on the back end. We really played a clean game. And the thing that I'm most proud of, and it was something we really talked about, was, we knew that eventually they would get in the red zone. But let's play great red zone defense. And, we played great red zone defense. We got a turnover. We had a couple interceptions in the end zone, but we got stops on downs. Just really, when we were in the red zone, we were at our best. And that was awesome to see tonight. So just really proud of those guys. Tremendous job. Van Smith and Cordray with the interceptions. Christian came up with the fumble. But just a dominant performance all the way around. And, just really happy for them. Listen, that's a tough night for Ohio State. But, you can't let one game define your season. Ohio State is an incredible team. They got a lot of young players. Coach Meyer will be the first one to tell you. They're a great football team, but tonight was just our night. Our guys were prepared. They were ready. They seized the moment. They capitalized on the momentum. And, they just didn't really have an answer. But Ohio State is, you don't make it to the Final Four without being a great team. But So, it's a tough night for them, but, I don't have any doubt they'll probably be right back here next year with the type of talent and coaching staff that they have. And also, I just would think the Fiesta Bowl folks, what a great week. I'm really glad we had a chance to experience some time out here. Last year when we came, it was just, we were in and out. Don't even really remember it. But this year was awesome. We got a chance to really be a part of the festivities. And, for our young players to get a chance to go and experience what they got to experience and see this part of the country and stay at a place like the Plaza. I mean, it was just awesome. Great hospitality everywhere we went, and just a great experience. And I know a lot of work goes into that. There's a lot of logistics. So I'm just thankful to all those people for working their tails off to give us a good experience and allowing us to focus on what we need to focus on. Because they really did a great job. Everything from the police escorts to the administrative people that got us where we needed to be. So just a great experience. Happy New Year to everybody. We're going to ring in the New Year tonight. And quick turnaround. We get an all-expense paid trip to Tampa to play Alabama. So it's going to be another tough week of preparation and get ready to play the best team in the country in Alabama. They've earned that. But you can best believe we're going to show up, and we're going to lay it all on the line and see if we can find a way to finish.
We'll start with questions now right here on the left, second row.
Ted Miller at ESPN.com. Dabo, what's after seeing your team play its best game of the year, what's different about this team compared to last year as you prepare for the national championship game?
Well, the leadership. Not that last year's was bad, but the leadership this year has just been unbelievable. I mean, literally from day one, from the first meeting that I had with them when I got off the road in January, and we had our first team meeting and new group of seniors, and these guys have been amazing. I've never had a team. We do these accountability runs in the spring, and our first 2 or 3 accountability runs, nobody had to run. And so just literally from day one, the leadership has been unbelievable. But you're talking about Deshaun Watson and Ben Boulware and Carlos and Jadar and Cordray, just very Leggett, Gallman, incredibly committed young people. And then the other thing is we're a better team than we were this time last year because we have more competitive depth. We have more guys that can go play winning football. Last year we were very top heavy. We had a very good first group, but we were a lot of freshmen behind them. And now we're just more experienced, more guys that can go play and play good, functional, winning football. So that's the biggest difference. And then I think, they had the opportunity to draw on last year's experience. I think all of those things have been factors.
First row here on the right.
Coach Trevor Groves, CUTigers.com. You said last January that it would not be another 34 years before Clemson would get to another national championship. You had almost your whole offense back, but we're replacing a lot on defense. How confident were you even going back to that night that you'd be able to get back to the national championship this quickly? And also, was there a part of you that was hoping for another shot at Alabama, or were you pretty much hoping for either team?
I just wanted to have an opportunity to go. Whoever gets there, gets there. I think that's the way it ought to be. I mean, again, Alabama's been the standard. There's really no argument to that. So, sooner or later, if you're going to be the best, you gotta beat them. So we get an opportunity to do that, and if we're good enough, we'll get it done. But we know it's going to be a tough battle. But I'm just really, I knew it wouldn't be 34 years. I didn't know if we'd get back here this year. But with the type of foundation that we have in place with our program, the type of young men that we have, the commitment, we have a culture and a winning foundation that breeds consistency. So it's pretty special. 28 years since we've had back-to-back ACC titles, so it's pretty special. We know what's in front of us, but we're going to do everything we can to try to finish this year.
We're going to stay with questions with Coach, so we're going to go here to the left.
Coach Aaron Torres, Fox Sports. On the podium outside, you kind of referenced the credentials of your program, the bowl wins over Ohio State and Oklahoma, ACC championships. But despite it, you said, we're the elite program. Do you feel like at this stage your program gets the credit they deserve on a national scale? So much focus on the Ohio States, Alabamas. Do you feel like you guys get the credit that you deserve based on everything that you have done?
Well, I think we've been ranked, up there in the top 5 for a long time. So I definitely think that the narrative has changed with our program, but still seems like we're always the underdog when we get in these big type games for whatever reason. But until you win one, there's really only one thing for us to do. We've done about everything that you can do multiple times, but we have not been able to win it all. But you got to get yourself in position to do that, and so now we're starting to. Hopefully, we can be a little more consistent with these opportunities and find a way to get it done. It's been. I reference that because it's not just this team. We've been on a journey since '09. You got to do something once. And it seems like once you kind of knock the lid off of whatever barrier it is that you think is in place, then you can do it again. And, in '09, we were just trying to win the division. Golly, if we could just win the division. And we did. Now we got 5 division titles. And then it was like, okay, can we just win 10 games? Boy, wouldn't that be great? Well, now we've had 6 10-plus win seasons. And then it was, can we win the conference? Well, now we got 3 conference titles. But it takes a group of young people to break through. That '09 team broke through and won the division. And that 11 team broke through and won the conference in 10 games. And the 12 team beat LSU. The 13 team won the BCS, beat Ohio State. Every team has its own thing and own responsibility. And that was kind of a message to these guys is, their responsibility is a little bit bigger, but it's all based on what's happened before them. Because C.J. Spiller can't come back and play. Boy, he would if he could, and I'd like that. But he can't. But it's a combination of all those guys that we're benefiting today in 2016 because of a group of young people and the commitment that they made in '09 and 10 and 11 and 12 to help us build this foundation. Because it's not like we were, at the top of the world. We had a lot of work to do, and it's just fun for me to share that with all of those guys that have come through our program and our coaches and everybody. It's because it's been a special journey, and we're all benefiting from that foundation.
Front row on the left.
Can we talk to players?
Not yet. We're going to stay with Coach.
Dabo, you talked all week about Deshaun's poise and what a great example, shaking off the first interceptions. Ohio State fans outnumbering your fans and kind of getting on him. I guess you weren't surprised that he bounced back calmly and methodically after that.
They were getting on him? They were getting on him?
I
was getting on him too. No, he listen, Mike fell down on a corner route. So it's probably at worst an incomplete pass on that first one. And then the second one was, it's just an unbelievable play. The ball was perfect. You put the ball, you couldn't have made a better play. But that guy just kind of outcompeted Renfro for the ball right there, and give him credit. He made a great competitive play. And, as wideouts, we've got to battle and protect our quarterback in that regard. But, yeah, it's how you respond. And that's who he is. That's his DNA. That's what he's always done. He just comes back, and then I think not long after that threw a laser to Mike Williams on the bang 8 not long after that interception. So that's why he's the best player in the country. He's a winner. He's 31-3, and he's hard to beat because he just handles everything with such great poise.
We will now open the questions for the players. So we're going to go to the right here in the very back.
Yeah, I got a question for Dabo, actually. Defensively, how were we able to hold Ohio State in check? Did you expect to not even allow them to score at all?
No. We didn't really have any illusions that they wouldn't score a point. We just wanted to have one more than them. But great preparation. Coach V and our staff, nobody works harder at preparing. But then our guys and how they bought into it. Listen, Ben Boulware and Kendall and those guys up front, the leadership of Carlos, Christian Wilkins, Jadar, Cordray. These guys are great leaders, and they're fully committed to being the best they can be. And they were highly motivated and excited to go play the game. We knew we had a lot to prepare for. I'm thankful that we had a little extra time, but it all goes back to preparation and buy-in and commitment from those players.
All right, thank you very much for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
And now we'll open it up for players. We'll start here, front row on the left.
Hey, Deshaun. Go ahead.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Two quick things. One, Nick Saban said in the fall that you were the toughest quarterback he has encountered since Cam Newton. I was curious if you feel like that guy. And second, there's been so much talk about the leadership that this senior group has demonstrated. I just wondered, as somebody who's obviously pretty central to that, what is that about to you? I mean, what do you see that as the nature of?
For the first question, appreciated Nick Saban for the compliment and the comment. I just try to play my best and win games. And, my job is to make good decisions. Whenever adversity hits, make sure all my guys is poised and calm, and make sure that, I'm poised and calm, because they go the way I go. If I'm on the sideline frustrated or down, then they're going to be down. So I always keep a smile on my face and keep my poise and composure, and just go back out there and play football. It's bound to make mistakes. You're bound to make mistakes. We're all human beings, and so sometimes bad luck just come your way. And then secondly, the leadership just been awesome, coming from all the seniors and guys that's been there, done that, and with a lot of experience. Coaching up and teaching up the young guys, making sure they're doing the right things and doing it the Clemson way, and making sure that everyone is prepared for Saturdays to play their best game.
Staying here on the left.
Deshaun, following up on what you just said, there was so much talk about the Ohio State secondary and the pick sixes. You say you try to keep a smile on your face, but does it make you gun shy at all when you get those 2 early picks with that kind of defense?
Not at all. I'm a quarterback, so if I throw a pick or I make a mistake, that's not going. I'm not going to shy away and not just going to throw it. I'm going to take my chances, take my shots, and I feel like bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. So. You just gotta, I have guts and have that, that trust in my arm and my receivers. So, I just try to do that. And like Coach Sweeney said, Mike Williams slipped on that one. Number 8 made a good play. And then on the other one, we've been practicing that all week. And number 24 and Renfro were both there. And 24, he wanted it more and he grabbed it. So it could have went either way. But at the same time, I just go out there and play ball and don't worry about mistakes. The great ones make mistakes too.
We're going to go on the right on the riser.
Hey, Deshaun, John Lyon with WYFF News 4 Greenville. Coach just said a couple of times you're the best player in the country, and I'm not disputing that. But did you play tonight with kind of a chip on your shoulders with the Heisman voting?
And all the Heisman stuff wasn't on my mind. Regardless if I would have won it or not, I was still going to play hard and play, Clemson football and try to be the best I can be. Lamar deserved the Heisman. That's who won it. That's who got it. So, salute to him and, best of luck to his, career and future. But, I just try to, my main focus is getting a W here and moving on to the next one. And that's what we got. And, now my main focus is on Alabama.
Far right, first row.
Deshaun, you're known for being even-keeled, but you had a celebration after every touchdown that you scored. You had the shush to the crowd, the bow and arrow, the opposite of raise the roof. Could you explain, were those spontaneous or what was behind those?
Just having fun. That's why we play football, just to have fun. And, it's hard to score touchdowns, especially against, a great defense like that who don't really give up a lot of points. It's tough to score. So whenever you get in the end zone, you try to do a little bit, not too much that the ref is going to penalize you. But, the shush just keeping it down. They were, the fans was talking a lot. And then, the bow and arrow was a good pass. So, I always do that. And then the LeBron thing, that's, the little LeBron thing. I'm a huge LeBron fan. And so I know he likes Ohio State, and, I grew up watching LeBron and things like that. So, I had to do it. So.
Front row on the aisle, on the right.
Cleveland, Trevor Grove, CUTigers.com. Can you just share your emotions and what you were feeling, what it means to you to be named defensive MVP, and also, how hard it was to follow in the footsteps of guys like Shaq Lawson and Kevin Dodd and having to go through the red shirt process and everything?
First I just want to give thanks to God, man. I would say coming off of last year redshirt, and I really got in touch with my spiritual side, and that's another hats off to Coach Sweeney because he does open that door for us to get in touch with our spiritual side, and that's one thing that I really did. But look at it from a football standpoint. It's kind of crazy. Last year I was a part of the team, but I wasn't playing. And to see them, get those guys like Shaq and Kevin Dodd, who I look up to as big brothers, having their opportunity and taking advantage of it last year, and then this year with me coming in and being a starter and playing against the Ohio State. It's kind of crazy that I got to come out here and perform at a high level. So yeah, it's just kind of a great feeling, definitely.
Our last question will be here on the left.
Ted Miller, ESPN.com. Deshaun, did you follow Alabama a lot this year? Just kind of keeping up, reading about them, keeping up, and give us kind of a preliminary scouting report on the team that you're going to be playing for the championship.
I honestly couldn't tell you. I would just focus on Clemson. I haven't been watching film on them because we've been focusing on the next opponent. So if you ask me, at the next media thing in Tampa, then I can give you some answers. But honestly, I can't answer that.
Thank you, players, and thank you, media. That concludes our Clemson